humor feels completely natural. He doesn't force jokes. He doesn't chase laughs. Somehow, expects Denzel Washington, a man known for commanding dramatic performances and unforgettable movie speeches, to suddenly transform into a Cardi B superfan. Yet there he was, smiling ear to ear while enthusiastically talking about her music like a regular fan. What made it even better was how genuine he seemed. There was no irony behind it. Denzel truly looked like someone enjoying himself, and that authenticity made the whole thing impossible not to laugh at. That same effortless humor shows up constantly in his interviews. At one point, someone asked him to describe his current job in only 3 words. Without even blinking, Denzel looked completely serious and calmly replied, "I'm unemployed now." The audience burst into laughter instantly. Then, just to make the joke even better, he followed it up by calling himself a fan instead. The delivery was perfect because he used the exact same calm, dramatic tone he uses in serious films. Denzel understands timing better than most professional comedians, and he uses that timing naturally without ever looking like he's trying too hard. Despite being known for portraying some of the most intense characters in movie history, people who actually meet Denzel quickly discover how playful and relaxed he really is. During one hilarious interview, he told a story about hanging out in the studio with Lenny Kravitz while Jay-Z was around. Instead of simply telling the story normally, Denzel suddenly slipped into an exaggerated Jay-Z impression. He copied the voice, the rhythm, the mannerisms, everything. And somehow, it was shockingly accurate. Nobody saw it coming. One second, he was calmly telling a story. The next, he had the entire room crying with laughter because of how unexpectedly committed he became to the impression. That's another reason Denzel's humor works so well. He fully commits to the bit. Once he starts joking around, he doesn't hold back. Another unforgettable moment happened when Denzel appeared alongside Queen Latifah. What sent? Arted as a normal interview quickly spiraled into chaos after she challenged him to show off some dance moves. Without hesitation, Denzel jumped right into it. He stood up, started demonstrating awkward little dance steps, and confidently acted like he knew exactly what he was doing while the audience cheered him on. The funniest part wasn't even the dancing itself, it was the confidence. Denzel moved with complete commitment, inventing random steps as he went while laughing at himself the entire time. For a few moments, one of the most respected dramatic actors in Hollywood suddenly transformed into everybody's funny uncle at a family cookout. It felt incredibly genuine, which made it even funnier. And then there's Denzel's confidence, a level of confidence so high that it somehow becomes comedy all by itself. While talking about working with Pedro Pascal, Denzel jokingly claimed the entire movie should be renamed after Pedro because apparently Pedro was doing everything. Starring Pedro, directed by Pedro, edited by Pedro, he joked while pretending to be annoyed. Everyone around him completely lost it. Then only moments later, someone asked him which movie in history he would have loved to play the lead role in. Denzel paused for a second before calmly answering, "I play the lead in every film." The line instantly became legendary because of how casually he delivered it. No smile, no dramatic pause, just pure confidence delivered with a completely straight face. Denzel understands exactly how funny confidence becomes when it's delivered with total seriousness. One of the most wholesome moments involving Denzel happened with rising actor Ashton Sanders, best known for Moonlight. Sanders had openly talked about how much Denzel inspired him growing up, so when Denzel's wife recognized him at an event and introduced the two, Ashton could barely hold himself together. Denzel calmly congratulated him on his performance, casually mentioned they might work together one day, and treated him with complete kindness and respect. But the second Denzel walked away, Ashton looked overwhelmed. He was practically shaking while trying to process what had just happened. You could see the genuine emotion on his face. Then, immediately after the emotional moment, Ashton jokingly admitted that he also wanted to ask Denzel for money. The sudden shift from heartfelt admiration to comedy made the moment even more memorable. That's something people constantly say about Denzel. He has a way of making people feel comfortable almost immediately. Even though he carries the aura of a Hollywood legend, he doesn't treat conversations like performances. He jokes around, teases people, tells stories, and laughs at himself constantly. And sometimes, those stories become absolutely legendary. One of the funniest involved Nelson Mandela and Sylvester Stallone. Denzel once explained that he hosted Mandela at his house while helicopters circled overhead like a full presidential operation. Security was everywhere. The entire neighborhood looked like a scene from an action movie. But according to Denzel, a young aspiring actor asked him for advice about breaking into the industry. Instead of giving some generic motivational answer, Denzel delivered a calm, brutally honest speech about discipline, education, and self-improvement. He encouraged actors to study theater, read books, stay quiet, focus on growth, and stop relying so heavily on social media validation. Learn first, he explained, then earn, then return. The advice hit so deeply that the interviewer jokingly asked if Denzel could become his therapist. Without missing a beat, Denzel smiled and replied, "I already am." That's the thing about Denzel Washington. Even his wisdom somehow becomes entertaining. Another hilarious moment came when he discussed Viola Davis and her incredible acting ability. Denzel explained that watching her perform felt almost supernatural because she disappeared so deeply into scenes that audiences literally started talking back to the screen. The way he told the story, complete with reactions, gestures, and exaggerated sound effects, turned sincere admiration into comedy. And then there's Denzel's habit of stealing props from movie sets. During one interview, he casually admitted that he always takes something home after filming wraps. When asked what he had taken recently, he proudly revealed he stole a pair of sandals from a movie set. He even joked that if things ever became financially difficult, he could always auction off his secret collection of movie props. The funniest part is that people completely believed him. Another hilarious story came when Denzel recalled meeting both Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela. According to Denzel, Mandela immediately turned toward Denzel's wife and credited her for all of Denzel's success. While everyone appreciated the compliment, Denzel jokingly admitted he sat there thinking, "I mean, I did a few things too." It was classic Denzel humor, confident, playful, and perfectly timed. Even random interview questions somehow become comedy around him. During one press junket, Denzel was asked whether he knew beforehand that he'd be acting alongside a monkey in a film. Denzel calmly explained how the monkey climbed all over his head during filming before casually adding, he didn't see Training Day. The audience exploded instantly. That line perfectly captures Denzel's humor style: quick, casual, completely unexpected. As legendary as Denzel is, he still somehow manages to feel relatable. During another event, he jokingly pretended not to know who he was while promoting. One of the fun struggled to stop laughing. He'll crack jokes like the funniest guy in the room. That's what makes him unforgettable. So if these moments